It's hard to leave with you still on my mind. To pack my things and leave it all behind. We better find out why we do the things we do. It took me some time, but I realize now it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for It's all for you. It's all for you. Thinking about you, about us, we got something special. Oh, it just feels right, you know. Ayo, ayo, 정해져 있던 것 같이 너와 나의 specials. 설명할 수 없어 이 느낌. 하나둘씩 오감 채워가는 우리들 사이. 내게 이미 의미 찾아 우리가 되어가. 너의 눈빛이 말해. A little bit 다가와. Thinking about you, about us, we got something special. Oh, it just feels right, you know. Ayo, ayo, 오래된 듯한 같이 이미 넌 날 special. 설명할 수 없어 이 느낌. 헤매이는 어둡던 지난 날이 스쳐. No more. 하루하루 너로 가득하게 손잡을래. Don't wanna feel like hey. 너의 눈빛이 말해. A little bit 다가와. You're the one I've been looking for. Thinking about you, about us, we got something special. Oh, it just feels right, you know. Ayo, ayo, 정해져 있던 것 같이 너와 나의 special. 설명할 수 없어 이 느낌.
So it is nighttime, and this is what my big tent looks like. And we can see that Caudatas have made their way all the way around, sort of. There is an empty spot there for something I would like highlighted, but I'm not really sure what. I have some propagations of my Hoya undulata. These have been struggling for a while. They are from the rotten base of my plant. Honestly, I thought that I would have to throw away the base, but this was kind of like an experiment. Never mind. My mother plant undulata at the top is here. It has this beautiful leaf. Look at that. So nice and big, but it also has this one. It is kind of weird, but that's because it didn't have space to grow, but that's just gorgeous. I will most likely remove the top part of this shelf here because I don't find it so useful. I used to have plants there, but it's really difficult to water, so I think I will remove it and put a couple of plants there. I have also used these baskets kind of to sneak in more plants in the tent. So that's the big one. There's quite a lot. I don't actually know how many plants. I need to sort of also do a count of all the Hoyas, but there is definitely around 60, 70 here. And there are a lot of small plants from Sweden that you can see in the small cups. So yeah, this is the smaller of the two big tents. I also have a third one. I don't like how that one turned out. Here we have, I think, 45 Hoyas, and these are mostly big plants or bigger plants that I have, so they are all over. I did manage to save, if you remember, these are from Pond. These are all different types of Sigillates, affinity Sigillates. It looked really terrible. This is the Benguetensis in bloom. Actually, one plant is missing there, my Benvergarai. I have to put it back. We have Hoyas here below. This is also a new light that I just got because the old one died. It was a regular hardware store light. This is from a hydroponic store, and it essentially costs the same like the hardware store light, so I used it. Some Latifolias. This is mostly Verticillatus here, but this one looks definitely more crowded because it is. It is more crowded. This one is a complete mess, and I will not linger here for long. These need to be all retrellised, some potentially repotted, so it is messy now. I will fix it. It will look better. Look at my beautiful Clemenciorum with long leaves. My gosh, that is beautiful. Such a pretty plant. But yeah, this does need some work. It does need some fixing, but also I think these will grow very, very fast here. Okay, it's a bit of a mess still around the cabinet, but this is essentially what my rodstot looks like. It is 3 levels now, and I'm keeping mostly my small-leaved species here. So the new lights are quite close. So we'll see how these grow. And there is space for more, which makes me happy. So that is nice. Can't... Maybe I should just allow them to grow. Maybe I should just allow room for growth, or I can overfill it and then complain about the space later. But I quite like how this looks like now. And my Millsbo cabinet, again, there is mess around it. It looks a little bit emptier because, well, it is. The plants that are in it are smaller than those that used to be here, so the ones that used to be here had trellises all the way up to the light, and these will grow. First of all of these need to be trellised. You can see that they're sort of just laying there, so that's something for the next month. I don't think these will grow much up. Perhaps the silver dollar. My Buntokensis got a very, very nice trellis in the end, so I'm quite happy with that. And there is, again, a bit more space here. I also don't think I should overcrowd it, but yeah. Oh, did the vine die back? No, it didn't. Also, there is a spider. Don't look at that. I need to clean behind the cabinet. Shut up. Hello to the kitchen. I'm doing one of the most boring things, and that is washing the pots. My hair fell apart. That's fine. We love it. This is the look. To back up, I got these self-watering pots from my friend Farah when I was in Sweden. I think about 15 of them, and she didn't need them anymore, and she told me, you know, I do have to clean them, sterilize them, etc. So I am washing those now, and I've been putting this off for like, I've been back for like a month and a half. But I do need some of the smaller ones. Something is attacking me. What is it? Nothing. Okay, whatever. Wow, that's not the light. I just never record in the kitchen because it's absolutely horrible lighting. But where was I with my story? I need some of those pots for a repot, and I need to actually clean them. Also, I don't know why this did not occur to me sooner, but thankfully it occurred to me today that I can use the sous vide for this. So let me just show you that. So we have my sous vide here. This is, I don't know how many liters, but plenty of liters. Also, it is cracked, so let's hope it doesn't fall apart completely. And there is some gunk in the water because honestly, I did not really clean this out, but I am heating the water. It's been heating for like an hour at this point. It's at 45.3. I set it to 65 degrees Celsius and I want it to run for 20 minutes. So I will submerge the pots here. And I think this is probably like the fastest way to actually clean them. I did clean them with bleach. I just scrubbed them, cleaned them with bleach. But this is just an extra measure that I will do. So they will be here for 20 minutes. I have like loads of them, so inner, outer pots, you know, it's gonna take an entire day probably to get everyone clean, and then I'm going to spray them with alcohol as a finishing touch. Are all these steps necessary? Absolutely not. They are not all necessary, I think, but I will do them just to make sure. For a moment there I was like, can I microwave them? But let's not do that. And I chose 65 degrees because that is a very thin plastic of the box, so I don't want anything to melt. And, you know, just so the pots don't melt, I will be doing that for the next probably couple of hours, but I will also do like a repot in between. So welcome to a very fun May. Plant drawers, love it, I love it. This is so interesting. It only now got to 65 like a minute ago. And then a timer will start. I set the timer for 20 minutes. I have been soaking these for about 16 minutes already. When the temperature reached just above 63, I put them inside. So I will take these out because I do have more. You know, I also have all of these outer pots that need to be cooked. So yeah, I think 63, 65, I think that's fine. I think like anything above 50 will kill all the mealybug. If there is any mealybugs, I think it will just eradicate them. Everything, larvae, eggs, whatever. So I think we're good. And I think I'm going to spray them with alcohol after this, and they did get bleach. So let's say this is good, and let's not get too crazy about this because I also have to repot plants. Okay, now we do have inner pots. I will have to extend the time here a bit. This was a bit more difficult to get all of these in, and I also put in all the tools not the tools, the indicators. I took them apart, soaked them in bleach, and now I'm cooking them. I have to make sure they don't get into the holes with their little thingies. I don't want anything to melt. So yeah, these are the clean ones. All of this box has been sprayed with alcohol, and I will now spray them too. Wow, look who selected a really good angle. All right, okay, that is a little bit better. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. And we are sort of going to have a chill video outside. So if you hear birds, if you hear cars, there's nothing that I can do. It is a bit too noisy inside currently. So I was like, let's go outside. Also, the cat is probably going to join us. You are not invited. You are not invited. We are going to do sort of a monthly recap, and I think this may be the only one that I will do. I don't intend to make this into like a regular thing. What I actually wanted to do is planning out my month of May, but I didn't get to record that video because I didn't have the time. So I will really try now that next week, I think, is next week the beginning of June. Do we know what date it is? Certainly not. Yes, next Sunday is actually June 2nd, so I think that's a great time frame for a video about my plans for June when it comes to plans. And I did sort of make like a plan for myself privately, but I did not record a video, and I've been sticking to that plan for the most part. I did think that some things are going to take far less time and that I will have like this very chill second half of May. Again, we don't know what month it is, but that has not happened. It has not been chill. So I've been doing a lot of things. I've been kind of moving my Hoyas around from, I think I said this in one of my previous videos, that I will move them, the big ones from my small tent down to the big tent, and the ones from the big tents that are small, just because they're my favorite, I think it's still better to move them up to the small tent because things tend to grow incredibly fast there, and I think that's like the warmth and the proximity of light. But I think it's mostly warmth because it's really warm in that tent. And of course it works for the warm growing species, not for the cooler growers, but I don't have many of those. But we're going to repot some plants here that I got. These I did not get in Sweden. These I got from Timea. And I mentioned Timea Takac here before. And you probably, if you're active on Facebook, you know her from her many pollinations. You are trying to get up, aren't you? You know her from many pollinations that she posts in across various groups. So some of these plants are from her. Actually, all of these plants except this one. This is from my friend Farah. And I got this last year. This is Buntukensis. And it's finally growing a little bit better for me. It was a bit slow in the beginning, but it does also have a peduncle. Unfortunately, I did mess up the tip of the vine, but that's okay. It needed to be repotted a long time ago, and now I realize I did not bring the pot for it. But the rest of them are from Timea, and I can feel your claws. No, no, honey, you cannot. You can't. No. No. You can't show up like that. Oh, you are totally in the frame. You can totally see her tail here. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. We're just gonna do this. All right. The cat that isn't mine. Guess what? She's still here. You saw her last year. She's still not my cat. She never left. She doesn't leave. She's here all the time. So anyway, where were we? Yes, these plants are from Timea, and some of them I received long time ago, like last year, but I did not repot them, so they were not so super fast, like this Discipulae, which could grow faster, but again, I just did not move it from this tiny little cup. Some of them, you know, didn't travel the best, and that's because, well, I actually knew that they were not gonna arrive the best because they already were a bit yellow, but I really wanted this plant. And Timea said, you know, if anything happens, she's going to replace it, but that's just not necessary. It's Hoya irisae, and that was a bit yellow when it was set off on this journey, but it is rooted, and essentially it's because it takes so long to root, but the roots are actually very good from what I can tell. Oh, I have a lot of cat hair. You are really shedding, aren't you? No, no, you cannot. You cannot climb on me. Girl, no, stop it. No. That's it. Honey, that's my cable, my camera cable. Move. Thank you for your... Thank you for your presence and participation. Oh, where was I? Yeah, this is okay. I'm not worried by this. You may see some cat hair flying. She's shedding. Anyway, I do have a very small, cute one. You're not going to be able to see it from here. It's Hoya Boisei. I will change the angle so you can see what's happening. And then we have Mingzetensis. I have issues saying this. This leaf is upside down and that one is going to leave us, but it already has a new growth. So let's just, you know, see it or observe it without that leaf. This is a very, very interesting Hoya that I'm very happy to have. No, do not jump on my computer. I think she's confused because she sees me on the computer and she looks like she wants to jump on the computer. Honey, no. We have Hoya acuminata. I got Hoya acuminata in Sweden, but it just, I didn't make it, so I got one from Tima as well as a gift. So I will be repotting that too. Spectatissima that already started to grow. Once again, you will see a better view of these once I start to sort of deal with them. And then this is Hoya from Mamasa. And it's not the Mamasa with small leaves, that's called Hoya Mamasa. This is a different one, and it has a different flower, bigger flower. So I bought this last year, but we couldn't organize sort of shipping to me. And she also sent me this one. Unfortunately, her plant is no longer alive. This is all she has. Big flower caviar, that's what it's called in the trade. We are going to root her today. I actually think we can just do that quickly now. We are gonna go right into the repotting of these plants. I'm going to just quickly pot this one. I'm gonna root it in moss. The birds are getting hysterical, of course. No one is aware that I need to record a video. So I'm just gonna put this in moss, and that's that. And then I'm gonna check on it later. This one needs to be isolated. I'm going to just lightly spray this with distilled water. Unfortunately, this is almost empty. I forgot to fill it before we started this session. I don't know where I'm gonna start first. I did water this one, but it looks a bit dry. This is Hoya acuminata. So we need to, I just watered her the other day and she already dried out because I think it's in such a small cup. And it's not the best to repot them when they're dry, but I am gonna do it because I do love to break the rules. But it's fine, you know, I'm going to water this as soon as I'm done. And I think I'm gonna put her in this one. It is a bit large for it now, especially because it has so much space for the roots. I really wish they made these in a different height like this, but they don't. No one apparently wants to do what I want them to do. So we are going to use this one. I'm going to make a mix here very quickly. I'm actually going to put a bit of moss on the bottom, but I'm going to make a mix here. So I will put some cocoa husk. Some bark. No rhyme or reason. Don't ask me how much. And then some pumice. Let's see how it will look like if I add a bit of moss. Just going wild here today, aren't I? Good job, Miro. Good job. You know, I don't mind moss in the mixes, so I think this will be a good mix, hopefully for them. So I'm gonna set it aside and start with with who? With a Cuminata. This is a Cuminata from Vietnam. We're going to be very gentle here. She does have nice roots. And essentially shake off a bit of that, but not too much, because that was also a good mix. But, you know, I do want to grow it in slightly different mix here. I'm very actually happy with Cocoa Husk. I'm just going to tell you that. We're going to water this and put a tag in so I don't forget. So it's going to be very quick repot. I think we will essentially need one more session where we sit down and talk. I have been sort of recording bits and pieces of what I've been doing throughout the month of May. I keep wanting to say March. Clearly, don't know what's happening. But I just wasn't feeling like talking much in those plant chores videos. As I said, I redid my tents. I sprayed my plants for mealybugs. I got mealybugs again. These are, I don't know how they appeared on my wall, but I just, you know, sprayed the entire collection because I saw a couple of them in the tents. Literally a couple of them, but I decided to spray everything anyways. Then I started to see them again on my wall, not in my tents, which is great because that's where my best plants are, but like on the wall. So I'll just have to do another treatment. I used paraffin oil and not a Castile soap, but a type of a homemade soap here. And yeah, it wasn't great because some of the plants dropped leaves, even though I used a very, very, very small concentration. But here we are. So I'll have to just redo that. I guess I will have to keep treating my plants throughout the month of June. I wonder if this leaf will fall off as I deal with this plant. Maybe not. See, this one remained moist, which is good. I will put this one in this cup because it has this cute outer cup. And I kind of wanted to put these two Hoyas. I believe Mengziensis is from China, and I think Spectatissima too. So I thought it would be cool to put these two Chinese Hoyas together. Not together, but like in the same type of a pot. I also can hear hysterical dogs. I'm very grateful for their contribution to the video. All right, I also redid my cabinets. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you that. I redid my cabinets because I sort of have a plan for my Rotsta cabinet. And I might as well say it now. I don't know when this will be done, when I will even begin. But I essentially want to turn Rotsta into this sort of like a terrarium. 4 terrarium plants. Now you may wonder, Miro, you grow Hoyas. Where the heck did you get terrarium plants? Online, Facebook group. I recorded that. You will get a haul. I think I will have to do 3 separate hauls next month for some of the plants that I got in May. They include begonias, some other terrarium plants, and epicenias. So, actually, I think I can maybe do it in 2 hauls. But they are recorded as separate videos, so I think it may be a bit odd, but hey, what the heck. Oh, that's such a cute setup. I love this mix. Look how good this mix looks. Truly, truly delightful. Love it. Since we're doing the Hoyas from China, let's do this one too. This is Spectatissima. I do have another one. She sent me one more Spectatissima, and that one is rooting currently. Again, it does not need to be repotted, but I do want to just get her in a different cup, and they will go into my Rotstas or Millsbow. We'll see where I sort of have the space. Oh, I think I'm just gonna put her like that and not shake off too much of the mix. Yeah. Okay, that is very cute. Let's not grab the vine either. Anyways, I will make a video. I think I will just make a video maybe in August. By August, I hope that I will finish this terrarium. I'm currently researching what I want to do. I'm looking at many different videos. I'm looking to get some other plants in there. There will be some Hoyas, but it's not going to be Hoya only. I think only a couple of Hoyas will be in there. Small-leaved species. That's so cute. And I did not put it on purpose off center. It sort of just happened like that. I'll have to show you what I did with my cabinets. And I also, you know, I emptied my rod stand. I'm kind of sad to see them go. I mean, not go. They're literally just moving into my tent, but my rod stand will no longer be dedicated to caudatas, which is sad, but it is what it is. Now, what the heck did I do here? We need 1, 2, 3. So I'm just using basically the same 2 pots. One has holes, one doesn't, and it's gonna go like that. Let's do Irisae. Maybe this one would like more of a peaty mix, but oh, let's see. And gently. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do too much with this. It's a fine mix. I will just put it in my own. This leaf is still on. She looks good. She's very firm, actually. So let's just put her in this. Wow, we did not get any of that in, did we? Quite nice. I do think we're losing daylight here, so we will be quick. But yeah, I don't know. Do you like to plan out your month? That is what I want to know. I'm really liking it, and I'm really actually happy. I'm usually not very happy with how much I do, how much I achieve in a month, but honestly, I've been very happy this month, even though, you know, I did expect a lot of chill time. Well, maybe not chill time, but I expected that I won't be, you know, staying up until 2, 3 in the morning. By the way, tell me if you do this, but I oftentimes will stay until 2 or 3 in the morning to do plant chores, mostly because then it's quiet in the house and no one is bothering me. So it's the best time to do them. Otherwise, I always have someone wanting something. Let's just do this one. This is the Cipole. It will be in Hoya of the week because it has bloomed many times. Despite it blooming many times, though, I don't have many photos because I don't know. I haven't been great at taking photos of this one. It used to live on my wall, but I think I'm actually going to move her into my cabinet or in my tent. I don't know. I would kind of like to have all my thin-leaved species in one place, because I'm kind of OCD like that, but at the same time, it's nice to see them spread out and to have like a variety everywhere. Such a pretty Hoya, very interesting leaves. The flowers are also very nice, but they never fully opened for me. Again, this one, okay, we just need to, okay, I see what's happening. Okay. It is stuck here. There is a bit of a growth here, or not growth, like a small plant nub. So let's help her out. There we go. Actually forgot to bring one more. It's that new species that I forget its name because I got it under a different name, Honthom. I have that one and it's super cute. Needs to be repotted, so maybe I'll do that in another part of the video where I will have to sit down with you a bit more. Because, once again, losing light really fast. Really, if like the sunset could stop sunsetting, because I have stuff to do and I want to record this video for you, like I would be very grateful. Oof, this is making me nervous. It's so small and I will put it in this pot. I think it will be maybe best to put it in moss. I have good success with Mamasa. Yeah, I think it's Mamasa. No, Peltata, sorry. But Mamasa too. I think Mamasa too has a good layer of moss on top, but Peltata is in pure moss. And I lost Peltata before to underwatering, so, you know, I'm just afraid. But now it's going really well. I'm just going to break this pot because it's already broken. But now in pure moss, it's actually doing well. Oh gosh, that was violent. Okay, so it is rooted. Yeah, I think what we will do here... First of all, I think I will just spray it a bit with distilled water to see what's going on. So we kind of see there, hopefully. I will do a top layer of moss and pin it down, but I will fill the pot with this mix, if that makes sense. So we'll do that, and then I will do this. Oh, I lost the plant. Oh, crap. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Oh my god. Okie dokie. And I think, well, first of all, I know that I will pin her down, but I think I will put her in a high humidity spot to root a bit more. Can we do this? Oh, we can sort of do that. Okay, that's great. So I think I will do that. Instead of doing this, because I don't think I'm going to be watering her much, I'm just going to do that in my cabinet. And I can see her, but for now we will do this. We have one more, and it's this Bunto Kensis, and we do need more exposure. I am sort of out of the mix here, but that's okay. I can make a little bit more. I had to get the pot and the trellis. I don't actually know where my trellis ink tapes are. Here's the cat. I think she thinks pumice is food, and even though she just passed her bowl with food, she heard this, and she thinks that's food. I'm just going to put a bit of pure pumice on the bottom, so there is something to wick. And then the trellis. The trellis was not custom made for this pot, it was custom made for a different one. So it doesn't exactly fit. Maybe like that. I think I need to make a bigger opening, perhaps. Maybe we cut out this too. Something tells me I cut it out more than I wanted to. It does sort of fit. It is also wanky. Crooked, whatever. Do I put the Hoya in first and then the trellis? I actually don't like that at all. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might end up trellising her on something else because I just don't like the look of this. I'll think of something else for her. For now, I will just take her out of the pond. Yeah, the roots are what they are. I am just going to leave them. That looks good. It is very dark, I realize, but that looks good. And she will just go into this. Voila! She got a self-watering pot, and she will probably get like I'll think about the trellis. I will see you in the next part of the video. I have to clean up now, and it is also, obviously, very dark. So everyone is repotted, and everyone looks cute. and they can get a shower and go into my cabinet. All right, hello and welcome to sort of a continuation of the plant chores. Whatever this is it a vlog? Is it me just recording some of the plant chores that I do, but mostly not recording them? Who knows? And I have just spent about half an hour recording this segment to find out that I did not turn on the mic on myself. So that is nice. I love when I have to redo the recording. But anyway, here we are again. And you can see we have changed, not me, we have changed the cabinets. I redid one of my Rastas and now I have mostly small-leaved Hoyas in there. I think there are a couple of them that are medium-sized, but mostly small-leaved Hoyas in there. And I also redid my Millsbo cabinet. As you can see, that one is empty and there is a propagation box, so you may wonder, Mira, what is in there? Well, terrarium plants, glad you asked. I have gotten several different plants this month. I have about, I think, 2 different hauls potentially for you that I will put out in June. Some of them are begonias. Quite a lot of them are begonias. These are no begonias in there, but some other terrarium plants because I will turn that Rasta into a terrarium. So currently I'm looking at a lot of the videos just to see what is the terrarium build that vibes the most with me, what I want to do. I will take it slowly. I don't expect it really to finish it in June. Maybe I will. I also got a mister for it. So that is supposed to arrive next week. I found a really good deal on a used mister. So we will see how that works out. I also need some plants for that. I have already some terrarium plants, but I will also need some miniature orchids. I will need some carnivorous plants I would like to put in there. There will be some Hoyas and Papua Hoyas as well. So we will just need to take our time. Maybe in July, I think is more realistic to have that sort of built. I want to take my time with planning, with thinking how I want to do it, and just getting all the supplies. So we are not going to rush into things this time. We're going to take it slow. What else did I want to say? I have some Hoyas that I bloomed for the first time this month. One of them is my Hoya Blasharnaezi, subspecies Blasharnaezi. I got this as Affinity Blasharnaezi Golden Flame. And I abused this plant for 3 years that I've had it. I've had it for 4 years, but in the last year I was really good to it, so then it bloomed. But for the 3 years it did not bloom because I was terrible with it. I grew it as a hanging Hoya and I'm just awful with hanging Hoyas. I'm not bad with hanging plants, I have Amarantha that's hanging, it's doing really well, but because it's Amarantha, I'm like, yeah, you need water pretty frequently. But with Hoyas, I'm like, you're a Hoya, you can stand being without water. And they're like, yeah, for a week, but it's been like 3 since you watered me, so like, what the heck, dude? And then I wait for another one. But anyways, Blasharnaezi is not that kind of a plant. She does not want to be not watered. Also had a lot of mites. Initially it grew really fast, so fast that I even took a cutting and sold it. And the person who got it for me bloomed it under a year before I did. So that's very nice. Glad for it. But mine finally bloomed because I put it in a self-watering pot. I trellised it and I kind of nurtured it back to health. Another plant that bloomed for me is Hoya Kentiana Inner Variegated. I'm just going to say I'm not very good with acanthostemmas, or at least that's my perception of myself. This is 3 years old, also from like a couple of nodes of a cutting, and it's blooming now for the first time. So it took about 3 years to grow to this size. I did cut it several times, and it did have actually, it started to grow several times, only green vines that I took out. I think I took out all of them. Maybe I left one. Yeah, I left one. So maybe we will take this one out. Maybe no, I'm not really sure. But you can see this is in pond and it's in it's in a hanging pot. So this gets water maybe once every 2 weeks, which is not great. But also at the same time, I'm just, I used to have a green Kentiana back then under the name Wayeti, and I rotted that pretty quickly several times. And I'm just not, even in bark, I'm just not good at growing this plant. So I'm surprised that it even bloomed. I have even the outer variegated one, so we will see how that one goes. That one is somewhere in there. I'm not actually quite sure where. And, in general, acanthostemmas, I mean, I haven't bloomed Hoya Burtonia, not species affinity Burtonia. Hoya Burtonia, I have the true one, like the species. That one is supposed to have larger flower than Hoya species Affinity Burtoniae. It's on my wall, it's doing well, and it has peduncles, it just doesn't want to give me joy, apparently. Species Affinity Burtoniae, that one is easy to bloom, and Memoria in the Acanthostema section. Acicularis, I also think I bloomed pretty early on, I think year and a half or two. That's not too bad. I bloomed Miguel Davidi. Someone recently asked me, one of my patrons, about Hoya Miguel Davidi and how to care for it. I bloomed it, and it's gonna bloom again. So I will make a video. I will add that to Hoya of the Week. I will add Gentiana, Blasharnesi. I will add them all. I will add them all. I also have Hoya rotundiflora in bloom for the first time, and my plant looks horrible, so I'm not going to show it to you. And the reason why it looks horrible is because it has been in my window. And in my window, you know, the plants really started to rot this past winter. It was just cold, and I didn't water them, and then I watered them too much. They're in self-watering pots, so, you know, I wouldn't water them for 2-3 weeks, and then I would fill out the reservoir, and that's just not great. And they're also in ponds, so they just did not like that. And it's been, I think, trying to reroot. I would like to believe that it's been trying to kind of reroot itself, but it's very dehydrated, yet it bloomed. I will show you some photos of the flower, but I think I will try to take a couple of more photos today, and then I will kind of go into the rescue mission for this plant. And I also have my Hoya Nathalie in bloom. This is my second Nathalie. My first one is doing well, but I got this as a backup because at one point I thought my first one is going to croak. It didn't. It's also big-ish, smaller than this. This one is all over the place and grows in my southeast facing window as well. And, you know, the flowers are paler this time on this one. The one that bloomed for the first time is also from the same, obviously from the same other plant, but that one bloomed towards winter. And cooler temperatures can sometimes make the leaves look sun-stressed and the flowers may be more intense in color. So this one is looking very nice, I would say. It's healthy. It needs a retrellising, and I will have a trellising video in June, sort of, I think. We'll see if I want to deal with plants, hopefully. I have moved out, well, not yet, but you know that my caudatas were in here. So I sort of moved them out. They are all around me. They're gonna go into my grow tent. I was gonna record that, but I'm not. I'm just gonna show you how it looks once I finish. But they're looking really nice. I just love my caudatas. This is the TN 99008 clone. I think I need to do like a dedicated caudata video. I don't think I have photos of the flower of all of them. They all bloomed recently, but well, actually not. I didn't bloom a couple of them, and I will tell you which ones. That one I bloomed. Puvoensis, I know it's not a caudata. This one is actually added to Hoya of the Week. I recorded the video on it, but I didn't edit it because I need flower photos, and this has been sort of open for days, and I didn't take photo of the flower. These are semi-closed. Actually, they're not too bad, so maybe I can take a... But I'm sort of waiting for this peduncle to take a better photo. But just a beautiful one. And then I have my... I think this is Sumatra. This one also bloomed. I was going to get rid of this one, but I don't know. I kind of like it. It started to look darker, so I kind of fell in love with it. And then the Caudata Silver Leaf, which, you know, not so silver. Now we have the really, really silver one. It's okay. I also have the big green leaf one. That one I don't like. I think that one is gonna go. And then you know who this is? This is Caudata Gold. Truly worth your money for Caudatas. And there's just no mistaking this plant. Once you see it in person, the true one, and there have been a couple of mistakes, and I really am sorry. I feel that people are starting to get this plant because I kind of... Am I making you get some of these Hoyas? I'm sorry if I am. But I'm not sorry for this one, but make sure to ask for the photo of mother plant. It needs to have a lot of silver. It will have a lot of silver. All of the true Caudata Golds that I've seen just looked even better than this one, even more silver. You can just see how amazing that is. It's just not, you cannot confuse these two. There's no way that you're confusing them in person when you have them side by side. It's not hard to tell them apart. And these grow actually side by side, so you can see in the same, this one I want to turn. how they look different in the same conditions. And not to mention, for example, Caudata Sumatra. I mean, come on, that's just... Sorry, love you all, but no. This one has not bloomed. Those are harder to bloom. So we have a Hoya to... Where is it? We have a Hoya to repot. I have lost it. It has been here. Where have you gone to? Oh, it's here. Okay. This is Hoya. I got it as Hoya species Hon Thom. This now is published, and I don't even know how to show you this. Very nice splashy Hoya with small leaves. This I got in December, and it's been sort of in isolation, and I recently saw that the roots are looking so-so. They looked better, but I knocked it out of the pot, and I think we just, you know, maybe destroyed some of the roots. Oopsie. Anyways, we're gonna repot it now to my mix. This one has now been published as Songwaki, I believe. So I'm going to repot it now. I'm going to change my angle, and that is going to be the last repot for now. There will be more repots in the future. Do not worry, I have plenty of Hoyas to repot. So let's kind of do a makeshift table here. This could look more aesthetically pleasing, but it could also look worse. So this is the last repot we're doing. I'm just actually going to put it in this. I have, by the way, a lot of plants where I'm like, this is the pot that I dedicate to you, and I put it like as a cover pot, even though it's like the inner pot in which I intend to repot them. And I don't know, I just think I have convinced myself it's like, I don't know how to even explain it. It's like, I thought it was gonna make me more motivated, but no. This is super dry. I mean, the crunchiness, terrible. This one did have more roots. Where they have gone? I think I really broke some of the roots when I knocked it over. Because the roots were coming on the bottom, that's why I decided it was time. But anyway, it's gonna go into a more moisture retaining mix. I'm not gonna go too crazy with removing this from the roots. Plus, I think it will go into isolation a bit more. Because, yeah, I'm just not sure. I have looked, it seems to me like it has root mealybugs, or it could have root mealybugs. I'm not surprised. Some people have gotten root mealybugs from this person, so let me just zoom in with my phone. This is gonna make me really angry because they did not show up for the longest time. So let's just see if they're moving or not. You know, sometimes it's hard to tell if it's just perlite or if it's actually mealybugs, but I think this is just perlite from what I can tell. I have looked with my camera. It's perlite and a bit of mold, which happens. I again don't see anything that would indicate root mealybugs. I'm just gonna look a little bit deeper. Nothing is moving. I will sort of still keep it away from the rest of my plants just in case. Just in case, so we can monitor the situation. So I'm not gonna go too crazy. Let's leave some of those roots, because again, I really think this is not root mealybugs for now. That's the verdict. And we can remove the label because it's different now. Because I touched this with my hand, I'm just gonna discard a bit of this mix so I don't reuse anything. I don't see anything in the pot either, so that's a good sign. I will still keep it monitored and keep it separate, but that's about it for this plant. All right, that would be all for this week, for this month. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I may do something similar in the future. I don't know if monthly recap. I think it would be kind of good to set out some goals and then see at the end of the month if I achieve them, but I also think it's gonna be a bit boring, so I don't know. Maybe something like beginning of the month check-in, plans for the month, then just at one of the repottings towards the end of the month, I can kind of say if I achieved the goals. But anyway, like a brief section of a video, but that's not your concern. We're not planning the videos together, but let me know if you would actually like maybe something like that. I will see you very soon in the next week. I will see you on Wednesday with Hoya of the Week, and I will see you on Sunday with, hopefully, my plan for month of June. If not, it will be something else. It will be something else, but I will see you on both of those very nice occasions. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for sitting with me. And I hope that you had a good month of May. And, you know, let's hope for even better June. So, very hopeful here. Okay. Bye! I would like to take some time to thank all of my patrons for their incredible support. A massive shout out to my $5 patrons. My 3 anonymous patrons, Alex von Siebenthal, Amber Clear, Anne Margaret Moen, Angela Bernard, Angela Parrish, and C. Aspen Drake, Betsy, Bougie Panda, Brett Noble, Candy Tap, Catherine Molina, Christy Claire Cola, Daniela, Danube Daniels, Daria Kaminska, Dili Heredia, Diane Sikorsky, Dipanjali Rao, Either W, Erin Keenan, Eleni Saxon, Ellen, M. Immortal, Farah, Gathering Moss, Gina Geise, Go Green Tropical, Heather Uppingham, Hoji Scott, Hoya Heather, Yana Griffin, Jessica Chia, Yavin Denot, Kara, Catherine P, Casey Gross, Kelly Cook, Kelly Gallagher, Kelso, Kimberly Polka, Kiwi Mochi, Christy Ehrlich, Leplan the Staff, Lisa Mary MPLS, Lori J. Revert, Mandy Milliken, Marcel Har, Maria Stein, Maria Yarmolich, Maria West, Maris B, Marty Miller, Mary Rose, Melissa Walker, Michael Curley, Michelle Heron, Nicole Ferranti, Mirka Grun Roos, Moa Edmond, Neil Yang, Niha Basu, Nicole Moreau, Nina Nguyen, Nita Macy, PJ Plantruid, Rachel Peterson, Robin L. Jennings, Sandra Cornelius, Sherry Kumar, Stephanie H2O, Tessa Martins, Tia B, TJWO, Trista Bailey, Tristan Thomas, Wendy Rossman, Xenia Green, Youth of the Walmut, Zaira Rivera, and Zlatko Niponi. A big thank you to my $3 patrons: Angelina Farnan, Kilon Constance, Daryl De Rosario, Deborah Violet, Eden C, Catherine Parsons, Kens Brown, Al Lindbergh, Lindsay Ann, Mary H, Nella, Saig Zera, Renee Church, Ringlob, Sophia Ryan, Tang Watanas Riakul, and Wendy Foreman. And a thank you to my $1 patrons: 1 anonymous patron, Alice Borland, Brandon Pacheco, Christina Greengrass, Colleen Coyle, Levi Couture Helvetica, Emilia Bronson, Jolie Sullivan, Jonas Berghort Larson, Kayla Vavra, Kelly Ash, Chris Perez, Lauren M, Lauren N Subramaniam, Luzmin Fernandez, Neely Spicer, Nerdy Kathy, Olivia Chin Muller, and Tracy the Eyebuilder.